Howdy, folks. I hope you are having an amazing day, or if you're watching during the night, I hope you have had an amazing day. So this is part 3 of my devotional I'm doing on the Bible app called YouVersion. So this devotional I'm doing is called Detours, and the title of today's Detour devotional is called You're in Training. And so this whole entire series is kind of coinciding with a character in the Old Testament, in Genesis, which is the first book of the Bible, and the character's name is Joseph. And long story short, Joseph was one of 12 brothers and his father's favorite. And that caused some jealousy and friction with his brothers, who in turn sold him into slavery. But what's kind of cool about his story up to this point is at this point, Joseph becomes second in command of all of Egypt, next to Pharaoh. And today's devotional talks about your attitude and perspective on stuff. For instance, how we view experiences impacts how we go through them. It makes a difference on how we come out of it. And the mindset and perspective are vital when we are on a detour. For instance, you may have lost your job back in COVID. And COVID affected everyone worldwide in so many different ways, such as losing jobs, having to work remotely, mental health was on the rise, et cetera, et cetera. We all go through seasons of detours, of how stuff doesn't always go according to plan. For instance, those that lost jobs, some people may find it easier to bounce back and get a job, let's say within a few days or a couple of weeks, where others, it might take months to like a year before they land another job. It just really depends on whatever, in this case, losing a job. Your attitude, going forward can gravely impact how soon you get back to work, or like, hey, if you lost a family member, yeah, you might be upset, grieving, angered, like questioning why God did this happen? Why did I lose this family member? And you might become bitter. But at the end of the day, your attitude towards whatever you're going through can either help you get through that season of life sooner or prolong. And the verse that really stuck out in this passage is Colossians 3:23, which really stuck out a lot to me. It says, "Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you're working for the Lord." And from my perspective, I'm a really big Christian, and faith is really important to me. And whatever I'm going through, and even throughout the day, I really try to allow my faith to dictate what I do and how I act and behave and what comes out of my mouth. And so I just really hope that this passage in Genesis and my devotional today kind of inspires you to think, think about whatever you're going through. And I hope that this helps you. Alrighty, guys. Hey, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay blessed.